Hello, my tarot friends. Welcome to yet another episode in our Under the Magnifying Glass series, where we are looking at the Herbcrafter's Tarot. Today, we are looking at the Lovers, the Chariot, and Strength. Now, let's firstly look at what the cards represent in Tarot in general, and then I'm going to share with you what I experienced when I journeyed into each of these cards, and in the end I'm going to tell you what does it say about each card in the booklet that comes with the Herbcrafter's Tarot. So let's just dive in, shall we? The Lovers. The Lovers in Tarot represent the sacred marriage and the healing union. This is a very multifaceted card. Traditionally, it deals with adolescence, sexuality, and making choices with your free will. But the modern concept takes these ideas and couples them with the idea of the balance between one's inner masculine and feminine aspects expressed in a relationship within the physical world. The lover's gift is emotional healing from the sacred marriage within that brings a solid, loving relationship into your life. This relationship can be with others or with yourself. Numerologically, number 6 is the number of balance, harmony, choices, completion, integration, and transformation. It teaches us that before we can love others, we must first love ourselves. It represents committed relationship which expands and stretches the physical and spiritual self to connect at deep and unexpected places of the heart and soul. This card also represents the balance of dualities. Now, what I noticed when I journeyed into this card. The first thing that stood out for me was that we have a lot of green color here. And as you know, I connect the green color in this deck to heart chakra, and heart chakra is all about love and harmony and open heart, loving others and others loving us and reciprocity of that love, etc. We see on top the flowers or the blossoms, and on bottom we see the fruits of the hawthorn. Now again, this reminds me of reciprocity. If we pick a lot of flowers when they're blooming, there will be less fruits in autumn when there is harvest time. Red and white color appear a lot in the Rider-Waite-Smith Tarot. They represent passion, and white represents purity. So together I could say they represent pure passion, or an individual that acts upon their passion with pure intentions. Because we have two circles here that intertwine, this makes me think of the question, which one will you choose? Fruits or flowers? This indicates choices to be made. So when choices are to be made, trust your heart because of all the green space we see here. We can also see the thorns in the middle here. So they protect the space or surround the space that both circles share. So protecting their love or whatever matters to them both. We can see 3 stages of love here, actually. Blooming of love, harvest of love, but also pain because of thorns. If you touch them, they are painful, obviously. I also feel that this inner space creates potential for love to develop into something deep, but only if they choose to do so. Now let's look what it says in the guidebook. So it says that the crowns, these are the crowns. Interesting. So they're the crowns woven together and form a vesica Pisces. The mandora-shaped space where the wreaths overlap is the place where potential lives, where magic is created, where love dwells. Beautiful. Give life to the fruits of divine union. Hawthorn opens the heart and ignites passion. Berries emerge from pollinated flowers. A partnership that feeds the bee and the tree. Relationship based on shared desires lead to sweet rewards. Take only what is yours, only what fills you with the joy. If you pick too many flowers in the spring, the tree will yield little fruit in the fall. Literally what I got from this card as well. When making a choice, trust your heart. The same thing I got. Though the thorns can be menacing, they can also be protective. It's such a straightforward card, I'd say. It's very easy to read. It's quite simple but has such deep meaning. I really love this. Now let's go to the Chariot. Now, I'm gonna be honest, this was one of the cards in this deck that I was struggling with, and then I said to myself, you know what, just let your intuition take over and see what you get. And this is what I did. So, but before I do that, let me tell you what the Chariot represents in Tarot, of course. So, it represents intuitive action, change, and also victory. It speaks about positive outcome through willpower and self-mastery. It represents moving in or out of a situation, traveling, refocusing, and transformation. The future ahead is unknown, and familiar skills you once relied on are now outgrown. The charioteer masters the ever-changing inner and outer realms of life. He holds his magical wand, which is personal power, will, and spiritual maturity, to control and direct how the alchemy they create unfolds in their life. The Chariot card represents your physical expression as well as your spiritual expression. Numerologically, 7 is the number of mastery, initiation, and victory, but also the number of the seeker and transformation. The Chariot brings change that helps us grow, evolve, and transform on many different levels. The Chariot is full of movement, but it also gives you the opportunity to quiet down, rest, and listen to your intuition. That's why, especially this last part, it makes sense that this card is connected to the Cancer card, because, Cancers, they retreat in their little house or in their little chariot, literally their little shell to do that. So it makes a lot of sense. Now, obviously this picture looks very, very different. So let me tell you what my intuition led me to when I explored this card. So this setting here, to me, feels like when you take a moment of stillness, lie down under the tree, look at the stars that fill you up with hope and make you feel like you can get through anything and can master anything that comes your way. This card is giving us the opportunity to connect with our intuition and the earth, because we're lying on the earth and at the same time we're looking up towards the full moon at the background that is on the night sky. The first 100 times I looked at this card, I didn't even recognize that might be a full moon right there behind this tree type of thingy here. What do you think it is? Do you think this is the moon as well? And then of course there are seeds around here. So perhaps the seeds creating the circle here are events in our life reminding us that we are on a significant journey and that everything that happens to us is a piece of a much bigger whole or much bigger picture. Some branches here in the middle have leaves on them and some don't. So could this represent the duality of life? Things that pull us in different directions. Some pull us up, like the tree branches, and some pull us down, like the roots. We see the branches here and here as well. And they could suggest as above, so below, because they are mirroring each other. They're the same. So what you dream of or think of comes true or manifests. Now let's see what it says in the guidebook. Okay, just for a moment, let's return to the Lovers to read the 3 points because I forgot to read them. So, dance with the beloved. Desire in spring becomes sustenance in fall, and love blossom, love wounds, and love heals. Wow. Okay, fast forward back to the Chariot. So for the Chariot, the first 3 points are: move forward with confidence. Be disciplined yet flexible in your pursuits. Embody the journey. So see, it is mentioning of the journey. There is no mentioning of the moon in the booklet, so I see the moon here. I don't know. And then it continues. Life is a forward-moving gift. Embark on a deeper quest. Learn from ancient wisdom and forge a new path. Cedar is both a spiritual vessel used in sacred ceremony and a literal vessel when it is used for making canoes. Oh, that is very interesting. Like strong, flexible cedar roots finding their way through the forest, be determined and opportunistic. Travel between the worlds of heaven and earth. Bring the knowledge of spirit and soul into the body, just as the cedar trunk contains the stories of the earth. Oh my God, I was saying like that every event is a part of our story. Have faith in the experience. It is not the triumph, but the journey that leads to mastery. How beautiful is that? Amazing. I'm being very forgetful today. Like, I forgot to say crafting for the Lovers as well. So let me first do crafting for the Chariot, and then I will return for the crafting for the Lovers. So we are being with cedar tree now. And for cedar tree it says, encounter cedar in the wild. Ask for guidance. Carry a small leaf in your pocket for courage. And if we just quickly look at the Lovers and Hawthorn and crafting with it, it says, visit a hawthorn tree, hang your wounds on the thorns, make a crown for your head, just like the crowns here, taste the berries or flowers, dance around the tree. I like that. Now let's go to the Strength card, and hopefully I will remember everything that I have to tell you here. I'm so sorry, I'm being very forgetful today. Okay, so Strength. In Tarot, Strength represents discovering your inner truth and courage. When difficult situations arise, it asks you to check your integrity and stamina. It works from the truest form of self-love and knowing the soul self. Strength awakens your instinctual nature and helps you to connect it with your spiritual intuition. Together, they create and enforce the inner strength to follow your bliss. Numerologically, 8 is the number of karma, manifestation, and abundance. True strength is having an open heart, being vulnerable and gentle, having faith in yourself and your abilities to live in this world. Strength encourages you to begin the process of self-discovery by stretching your mind, heart, and soul to open and trust yourself and the universe. You then can move forward, living your life creatively and authentically in the ever-changing world. Now, when I journeyed into this card, the first thing I noticed were these rectangle shapes here, which is very interesting because in all the 8s in this deck, you have these rectangle shapes that are connected to number 4 and the stability and all that, which is very interesting. We see a lot of purple here. So we have purple garlic, and then we have purple rose petals scattered around as well. And of course, purple is connected to crown chakra and connection to the divine. We have a lot of green as well, so open heart, love, unconditional love even, for yourself probably and for others. And then we have a lot of orange and yellow, and these connect to, of course, sacral and solar plexus chakra. That is about being creative and being authentic to yourself. So to me, this whole scene, if I put it together, means staying true to yourself in your creative expression and having an open heart and an open mind, trusting that your intuition and following your dharma will guide you to bliss. Now we know that garlic is a very strong and potent plant with powerful healing powers. So that could mean being strong and potent, but also we see honey here, which is sweet and gentle and kind to our taste buds, so therefore being gentle and strong at the same time, so gentle strength. It feels like the rose petals here are falling off the rose, so like we have like a bouquet of roses close by and they're falling off. So perhaps this is the indication to trust that what needs to go, or even living in a moment, as nothing lasts forever, because roses' petals eventually fall away. We see that honey here is in the shape of a heart, just like on the Empress card, which is very interesting. So we have a connection between the Empress and the Strength card. So both put heart space forward, which is very interesting. So all about love and harmonious love and having an open heart, giving love, receiving love, all that. I think here it is a big importance that we learn how to love ourselves, because when we love ourselves, we can be very strong in the world. And then the last thing I noticed here is the weaving of the garlic here. And that again, to me, represents a connection to our identity and where we come from, because ancestors, and if you remember in the, I think it was curandera of earth, she was weaving sweetgrass. So weaving, honoring the ancestors, honoring the different ancestral customs, for example. And also when you think about it, garlic is a root, right? So, root, it grows in the dark, it grows in the earth. So there's a big connection to Mother Earth, and the Empress represents Mother Earth. Boom, there you go, that's a connection. So let's now read what it says in the guidebook. So the first 3 points read, lead with a bold, kind heart. Gentle healing builds resilience. Power sweetened is strength unmatched. I love this. Oh my gosh, it actually says here, roses from a nearby vase begin to dry and petals have fallen on the table. Oh wow, see? I actually got a message without reading this. All right. Courage dwells in the soft spirit. Meet adversity with inner fire. Garlic strengthens the heart and increases stamina. You have the power to persevere. Cultivate reliable habits that enhance vitality. Planting garlic around the roots of roses. Ooh, interesting. Strengthens the leaves, encouraging more flowers to bloom. That is very interesting. I didn't know that. And again, roots of roses and stuff. Wow. Cooking with garlic daily boosts the immune system, protecting against illness. Drinking garlic tea heats up the body, igniting passion. Step into your power, but remember, a compassionate approach is powerful. Adding honey to garlic tames the medicine, making it more effective and palatable. That's so cool that when you add honey to garlic, it makes it more effective. So when you add that gentleness into the powerful thing, it actually makes it more healing and more effective. Embrace both, the gentle and the wild within. Now, what I love about interpretation of this is how I feel they combined the messages from the Rider-Waite-Smith deck and the messages from the Thoth deck, where we have, instead of strength, it's called lust. And there's a lot of that, I'm not going to say sexual power here, but like vitality and just power on a different way than the strength is portrayed in the Rider-Waite-Smith, if that makes sense. Like igniting passion. It says drinking garlic tea heats up the body, igniting passion. And that to me just connects to the Thoth interpretation of this card. Now let's see what crafting with strength gives us here. Cook meals rich with garlic to strengthen your body and prepare for difficult times ahead. Sweeten intensity and conflict. Make immune boosting garlic honey. Take it before a challenging encounter. I like both of these. I'm gonna leave you with that. I really want to know what you think of these 3 cards. Please let me in the comments below if you have noticed something that I haven't noticed. It's always such a pleasure to read your comments. I hope that you learned something new today and that you love your deck even more now. With all that said, I hope that you have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, whatever the time is where you are on this beautiful world called Earth. And I will see you again soon. Bye bye.